The Biden administration is proposing new changes to the U.S. au pair program. The program has been a popular and affordable child care solution for those willing to host young adults from around the world in their home. Now experts say the changes would make it prohibitively expensive for most families who rely on it. Business reporter ABC's Alexis Christoforous has more on that.
Yeah, can you guys set the table?
The Griffin family of Houston, Texas says having a live-in au pair care for their 3 kids has been a lifesaver.
We would not have survived the pandemic if it hadn't been for our amazing au pair from Sweden. And now we are on our 5th au pair who is from Germany.
Launched as a cultural exchange visa program by the State Department in 1986, today about 29,000 young adult foreigners who meet the federal requirements like age and education live with American families for up to 2 years, caring for children in exchange for room and board, transportation, and educational expenses.
We're really excited to invite someone into our family that could help teach language, culture. These women truly become part of our families.
And at an average cost of $25,000 a year, au pairs can be more affordable than most full-time nannies or daycare.
I think the biggest misconception is people think it's only for the uber rich, and it's really not. A lot of middle-class families in the United States hire au pairs.
But some experts say a Biden administration proposal meant to ensure that au pairs are paid fairly could price out up to 70% of families who use the program.
It could be devastating for the working families that currently rely on the au pair program for flexible childcare. And it will force some of those families into the already overcrowded daycare market.
The families that participate in this program are comprised of military families, teachers, first responders, medical professionals, and to have these families no longer have access to a program like this would be such a difficult situation, particularly at a time where we're really facing an unprecedented childcare crisis.
The proposed changes would reduce an au pair's work week from 45 hours to 40, unless parents pay time and a half for the additional hours. Schedule changes would have to be pre-approved by the au pair agency, and the current weekly stipend of $195 would be increased to match the minimum wage in the state where the host family lives.
Cora.
For Christine and Ken Lim Lee, that would be a deal breaker.
Living in New Jersey with one of the highest minimum wages, that was kind of shocking.
The Lim Lees say the proposed changes would triple the stipend they pay their au pair to watch their 2 toddlers to more than $600 a week.
It's not broccoli, but it's still yummy.
Would this price you out of the au pair program if these changes happen?
Yes, it would probably price us out of the program.
Massachusetts adopted similar rules in 2019 and saw a nearly 70% drop in the number of au pairs in the state.
You start taking this family home and turning it into a work site. You take this relationship between host parent and au pair, and it turns into employer-employee, a checklist mentality.
The State Department tells ABC News it is deeply committed to the au pair program and has an ultimate goal of increasing protections for au pairs and ensuring affordability for American families. Former au pair Carolyn Broker of Germany praises some of the proposed changes like higher pay, but says the relationships she made were priceless.
I'm still in contact after like 6 months with my host family. My host kid is just my little sister for me, and I'm a big sister for her. So having these experiences will just be with me for my lifetime.
So guys, how was your movie today? What have you watched?
For the Griffins, they'll have to find alternate childcare if the changes go through.
And it takes away a lot of the flexibility. It increases the price substantially, but I think it would be a shame. I think it's such a special thing in my kids' lives. Yeah. So I feel like it'll just be a shame if other families don't get to experience that.
And Alexis joins me now for more on this. Alexis, you've spoken to families and au pairs that would be affected here. So are there any changes that both sides are supporting here?
Absolutely there are. You know, both sides agree that this program needs to be modernized and updated. That $195 stipend I talked about has not been updated in more than a decade. And most families pay more than that mandated basic minimum. But they're saying you have to look at it in its totality. I mean, they're also paying for their transportation. A lot of the time that means adding them to their car insurance. They're paying for their food, for their housing. And all those things taken together, it's not a typical employee-employer relationship. It is a cultural exchange program.
So what can we expect to happen next?
So there is a public comment period the government is allowing. They just extended it actually until January 28th. So if you'd like to go on and make a comment, there are a couple of ways you can do that. You can go to regulations.gov to the website, or you can email jexchanges@state.gov. We're going to put that up on the screen for you. And the government actually told me that they're going to take all those comments into consideration before they determine next steps. If anything were to happen, it probably wouldn't happen until 2025.
All right, good to know. Business reporter Alexis Christoforous. Thanks, Alexis.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.